Martin Luther King Jr. stands as one of the most influential figures in American history. As a leader of the civil rights movement, he dedicated his life to the pursuit of equality and justice for African Americans. Through his powerful speeches and unwavering commitment to nonviolent protest, King inspired millions to challenge segregation and discrimination. His vision for a more just society helped shape the course of the nation. King's leadership not only brought about significant legal and social changes, but also left a lasting legacy of hope and progress for future generations. Growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, provided a vibrant backdrop for early life and development. The city's rich cultural heritage and diverse communities played a significant role in shaping values and aspirations. Family ties were strong, with close-knit relationships fostering a sense of belonging and support. Childhood experiences ranged from attending local schools to participating in community events, all of which contributed to a well-rounded upbringing. These formative years in Atlanta laid the foundation for future ambitions and personal growth. Martin Luther King Jr.'s journey in education began at a young age marked by exceptional academic performance. He skipped both the 9th and 12th grades, entering Morehouse College at just 15 years old. At Morehouse, King was influenced by President Benjamin Mays, whose emphasis on social justice and moral responsibility left a lasting impression. After earning his degree in sociology, King continued his studies at Crozer Theological Seminary, graduating at the top of his class. He later pursued a doctorate in systematic theology at Boston University, where he was further shaped by the ideas of nonviolence and civil rights. These formative years laid the intellectual foundation for his future leadership in the struggle for equality. Martin Luther King Jr.'s journey into ministry began with a deep sense of calling and a commitment to serve his community. As a pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama, King honed his skills as a leader and communicator. His experiences in the church shaped his philosophy, emphasizing the power of love, nonviolence, and compassion. King believed that faith should be a force for social transformation, inspiring him to address issues of inequality and injustice. Through his pastoral work, he developed a unique approach to social justice, blending spiritual conviction with practical activism. This foundation would become central to his leadership in the civil rights movement. The Montgomery Bus Boycott began in December 1955, sparked by Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat to a white passenger. This pivotal event united the African American community in Montgomery, Alabama, as thousands refused to ride city buses in protest of segregation. During the boycott, a young pastor named Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as a prominent leader, guiding the movement with his powerful speeches and commitment to nonviolent resistance. The boycott lasted over a year, facing legal challenges and threats, but ultimately led to a Supreme Court ruling that ended bus segregation. King's leadership during this period propelled him onto the national stage, marking the start of his influential role in the broader civil rights movement. The success of the boycott demonstrated the strength of collective action and set the tone for future campaigns for equality. Martin Luther King Jr.'s philosophy of nonviolent resistance was deeply rooted in his Christian faith and the teachings of Jesus. He believed that love and forgiveness were powerful tools for social change, emphasizing the importance of treating opponents with dignity and respect. King's approach was also profoundly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, whose successful use of nonviolence in India's struggle for independence demonstrated the effectiveness of peaceful protest. By combining these spiritual and practical traditions, King advocated for confronting injustice without resorting to hatred or violence. His commitment to nonviolence became a guiding principle for the civil rights movement, inspiring countless individuals to pursue justice through peaceful means. Martin Luther King Jr. played a pivotal role in organizing and leading several major campaigns and protests during the civil rights movement. One of the most significant was the Birmingham Campaign in 1963, which aimed to challenge segregation in one of America's most racially divided cities. Through nonviolent marches and sit-ins, activists drew national attention to the harsh realities of segregation and the violent responses of local authorities. Later that same year, King helped orchestrate the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This historic gathering brought over 250,000 people to the nation's capital, where King delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. These campaigns not only highlighted the urgent need for civil rights reforms, but also galvanized public support for legislative change. Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered in 1963 during the March on Washington, stands as a defining moment in the American Civil Rights Movement. With powerful imagery and eloquent language, King called for an end to racism and for the realization of equality and justice for all Americans. His words resonated deeply, inspiring millions and galvanizing support for civil rights legislation. The speech not only highlighted the struggles faced by African Americans, but also appealed to the nation's collective conscience. Its impact was immediate, helping to accelerate the passage of landmark laws such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Decades later, King's vision continues to influence movements for social justice and equality worldwide. Martin Luther King Jr.'s leadership played a pivotal role in the passage of landmark legislation during the Civil Rights era. His advocacy and nonviolent protest brought national attention to the injustices faced by African Americans. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed segregation and discrimination based on race, was a direct result of sustained activism led by King and his allies. Similarly, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 addressed barriers that prevented many Black Americans from exercising their right to vote. King's ability to inspire and mobilize people across the country was instrumental in achieving these historic changes. His efforts not only transformed laws, but also shifted public attitudes toward equality and justice. Throughout his leadership in the Civil Rights Movement, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. encountered significant challenges and opposition. He faced numerous threats to his life and the safety of his family, as well as repeated arrests during peaceful protests. Critics emerged from multiple directions. Some accused him of moving too quickly, while others believed he was too moderate. Segregationists sought to undermine his efforts through intimidation and violence, while even some within the movement questioned his strategies of nonviolence. Despite these obstacles, King remained steadfast in his commitment to justice and equality, demonstrating remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. believed that true equality could not be achieved without addressing economic injustice. In the final years of his life, he turned his attention to the struggles faced by impoverished Americans, regardless of race. King helped launch the Poor People's Campaign in 1968, aiming to unite people from diverse backgrounds in the fight for fair wages, decent housing, and better job opportunities. He saw economic justice as a crucial component of civil rights, emphasizing that poverty was a form of violence against humanity. Through marches, rallies, and advocacy, King sought to draw national attention to the urgent need for economic reforms. His vision extended beyond racial equality, calling for a society where everyone could live with dignity and security. Martin Luther King Jr. became an outspoken critic of the Vietnam War, believing that the conflict diverted attention and resources away from the pressing issues of poverty and racial injustice at home. He argued that true peace was not simply the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice and equality for all people. King saw the struggle against war and the fight for civil rights as deeply interconnected, insisting that violence abroad could not be separated from violence and discrimination within the United States. His vision extended beyond national borders, advocating for a world where human dignity and compassion guided policy and action. By linking the anti-war movement with the quest for social justice, King called for a radical transformation of society rooted in nonviolence and mutual respect. In the final years of his life, Martin Luther King Jr. expanded his activism beyond civil rights, speaking out against poverty and the Vietnam War. He faced increasing opposition, not only from critics, but also from former allies who disagreed with his broader focus. Despite mounting threats and growing fatigue, King remained committed to nonviolence and social justice. He organized the Poor People's Campaign, aiming to unite people of all backgrounds in the fight for economic equality. These years were marked by both profound hope and deepening challenges as King navigated a nation grappling with change and unrest. His unwavering dedication during this period left a lasting impact on the movement and the country. On April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was fatally shot while standing on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. The news of his assassination sent shockwaves across the United States and around the world. In the immediate aftermath, cities erupted in grief and anger. With widespread riots and demonstrations breaking out in more than 100 American cities, leaders and citizens alike mourned the loss of a visionary who had championed nonviolence and equality. King's death marked a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement, intensifying calls for justice and change. The tragedy underscored the deep divisions within the country, but also inspired renewed determination to continue the fight for civil rights. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy continues to resonate across generations, inspiring countless individuals and movements dedicated to justice and equality. His unwavering commitment to nonviolent protest and his powerful vision for a more inclusive society have shaped the course of civil rights not only in the United States, but around the world. Today, activists draw upon his teachings as they confront new challenges and strive for social change. King's speeches and writings remain touchstones for those advocating for racial justice, economic equality, and peace. His enduring influence is evident in ongoing campaigns for voting rights, criminal justice reform, and the fight against systemic discrimination. Through his example, King has empowered future leaders to pursue a more just and compassionate world. Martin Luther King Jr.'s message of equality, justice, and nonviolent resistance continues to resonate across generations. His teachings remind us that the pursuit of civil rights is an ongoing journey, requiring both courage and compassion. In a world still grappling with issues of discrimination and social division, King's vision offers a powerful blueprint for unity and understanding. His call to judge others by the content of their character, rather than the color of their skin, remains as urgent and necessary today as it was decades ago. By reflecting on his enduring legacy, we are inspired to carry forward the work of building a more just and inclusive society.